Hi, it's Chris from Implied Music. The music of Eastern Europe, not just the folk music, but also the classical music, has influenced composers all over the world. As a young person, the Bulgarian women's choir recording on Folkways blew my mind, and it's worth listening to. But today I want to talk about Estonian composer Arvo Pärt and his use of Tintinnabuli. Let's take a look. So, tintinnabulation, a ringing or tinkling sound. Arvo Pärt, sorry, I'll use the American pronunciation. So Pärt came up with this idea, more like developed a concept of harmonization. And its foundations are simple. A two-voice piece of music. The first voice is the melody. And generally speaking, that melody is restricted to a simple scale, 7-tone diatonic scale, major, minor. A second voice, and that's even further restricted to just the three notes of a triad. It might be a major triad or a minor triad. In the piano piece for Alina, the triad is a minor triad. In Spiegel, mirror to mirror, the triad is a major one. And the results are beautiful. You have a strong harmonic center, but room for dissonance, and the feeling of expansion and contraction is really strong. Let's take a look at what I mean, because I think it's easier to see if we just look at it in the sequencer. Part goes B minor, and then dissonant, consonant, dissonant, consonant, consonant. The low B note just provides us with a reference point. And the bottom tone here is the second tintinnabuli voice. The top voice here is the melodic voice. It's a haunting sound. We can freely improvise with this approach. In Alina, the voices are separated by a tenth, but let's bring them closer together for easy viewing. Here, second, third, fourth, the bottom note is only from the triad, the top note is flexible. Both notes can be from the triad, but they don't have to be. Both notes can be from the triad, but they don't have to be. I think what happens in Alina with the separation of the tenth is it's somehow more poignant, and we hear the dissonances in a slightly different way. And this has to do with the way bells work. The idea of a tintinnabuli comes from the way bells are constructed and tuned. The overtone series in most bells is slightly different from the overtone series that we associate with the harmonic series. And that's a method of, it's how it's constructed. The principle of the bell attempts to bring out overtones which ordinarily aren't present in overblown tubes or strings. That's why bells sound the way they do. So let's take a look at the Spiegel trick. Yeah, good, we can see it, good. So here the tintinnabuli voice is an A major triad that's just repeated over and over again. And the melodic tone really is just in a kind of an ascending sort of scale. There's a tranquility, stability, an ease to this approach to harmonization that puts aside the drama of functional harmony, that puts aside the conventions of the way the dominant chord in a major scale works for us. We have dissonance and consonance. But the breathing that happens between those two is not because of the rules of Western harmony. Part of the fun of the sound is when it's orchestrated or given to a choir. And again, I'm just going to bring us back to the Bulgarian women's choir and their remarkable harmonies and singing. In almost any Eastern European singing, you can find examples of this. The non-vibrato tone in the choruses, choirs, and small group singing that gets done really pops those strong harmonies. It's a beautiful effect. Well, I hope this has been useful. As always, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd like to know what your impression of this style of music is. It's very well suited, I think, for ambient composers, for people who are composing contemplative or restorative, or even any music that attempts to center and ground the listener. I'll see you next time.